In part 2 of this one-part series, I promised we'd look at Dennis Prager's ability to make an already profoundly stupid comment look like a simple slip of the tongue. And we'll do that. But first, I want to show you exactly how dishonest Dennis has become. Listen to the original stupid comment again.
Historians will just ask, how did this happen? How did people get governed by irrational fears? Whether it is of the non-vaccinated who are the pariahs of America, as I have not seen in my lifetime any pariah group like this. During the AIDS crisis, can you imagine if gay men and intravenous drug users, who were the vast majority of people with AIDS, had they been pariahs the way the non-vaccinated are? But it would have been inconceivable, and should have been inconceivable.
Now, listen to the way Dennis characterized that stupid comment days later at a live event.
There were 4,000 FU Dennis Pragers just on one tweet last week because I had the chutzpah to say that the unvaccinated are pariahs the way that the gays were during the AIDS crisis.
You lying sack of shiitake mushrooms. That's not what you said, Dennis. The most generous interpretation of what you said is that the unvaccinated are pariahs in a way gay men and intravenous drug users never were during the AIDS crisis. Slightly less generous is the suggestion that gay men and intravenous drug users were never pariahs at all. Prager and Trump suffer from the same illness. Neither understands how video and audio recordings work, that we can just hit play and hear what they actually said. Of course, they don't have to care, do they? That was my opening point in this series. Their audiences don't care about the truth, so why should they? Now let's look at how Dennis doubled down on that initial stupid comment at that same live event.
The unvaccinated are the most hated group since slavery. Tell me who would be equivalent.
Here, I want to hearken back to Dennis's original stupid comment, where he said that the unvaccinated are the pariahs of America like he has not seen in his lifetime. Dennis was born on August 2nd, 1948, when segregation and Jim Crow still dominated much of America. Brown versus Board of Education was decided 6 years after Dennis was born, in 1954. Incidentally, that's the same year that Alan Turing, a brilliant gay man who helped the Allies win World War II, was chemically castrated for the, quote, gross indecency, end quote, of homosexual behavior. 7 years after Dennis was born in 1955, 14-year-old Emmett Till was lynched in Mississippi for allegedly offending a white woman in a grocery store. He was beaten unrecognizable as well. Apparently, Dennis doesn't understand that the end of slavery didn't end the pariah status of black people and people of color in general in America, to say nothing of the way women were treated during Dennis's lifetime. And we certainly can't forget the perennial pariahs of America, immigrants, the lifeblood of this country. Dennis forgets that when the right sends us their unvaccinated, they're not sending their best. They're sending people that have lots of problems, and they're bringing those problems with us. They're bringing disease. They're bringing hospitalizations. They're bringing death. And some, I assume, are very good people. Of course, we shouldn't be surprised, should we? This profound ignorance of history and the indignities suffered in even the recent past by almost every group not white or male is what drives the slogan, "Make America Great Again." My manly friend Dennis, who told me he's always passed for white despite being a Jew, has never known anything but that privileged greatness. And empathy is simply not within his grasp. Perhaps we should educate Dennis and his ilk. We could keep the unvaccinated from voting, from education, from jobs, housing, home and business loans, the right to marry and adopt children. Keep them out of professional sports, maybe lynch one of them now and then. We could have the police disproportionately stop them, imprison them, have them executed by the state, steal the wealth they'll earn for a couple hundred years, deny them the right to simply be themselves without fear, deny them respect and opportunity at every turn. Maybe then Dennis and his unvaccinated friends would understand that there are genuine victims in America and throughout American history. Victims whose suffering could not be ended by getting a COVID test a couple times a week or simply getting a life-saving vaccine. Maybe they'd even understand that some of these genuine victims have been treated so badly they deserve some kind of, reparations, given all the genuinely pariah-like treatment they've suffered. For PragerFU, I'm me. Thanks for watching. Oh, and go Devils!